Hello viewers, how are you? As you know that I am Dr. Jetling Ellosa, running a channel called Law Speeches in the YouTube, and in this channel I am posting my lectures on different subjects of law and also important issues in India and the world. First of all, before embarking upon the topic, the today's topic is Article 21 of the Constitution of India. That is life and personal liberties. So before embarking upon the topic, I request all of you to join in my channel and watch it, like it and share it among your communities. As I just told you that today we are discussing the very important topic in the Constitution of India. From the Fundamental Rights, Part 4, this Article 21. It is one of the foremost paramount article we can say in the Constitution of India is concerned. And it is also very small article having a few words, but upon this Article 21 we have the ocean of cases have been come out. We can write innumerable books upon the different subjects of the upon these articles. So this is the, in other words, I can say it is a lifeline of the Constitution of India and also the fundamental rights. Name itself is signifying life. Here this article, as I told you, very short article having the few words. Those include: no person shall be deprived of life or personal liberty according to except law is established. So this is the very small a group of words have been there, but these words have been ramifications upon an every individual. So here this article lays emphasis upon the three important aspects. Number one is no person. Number two is life. Number three is personal liberties. So this article is included in the Constitution of India because during the time of, if you refer to our the history of checkered history of India, we have seen there is a lot of abuses of the human rights, and that became a rose to a peak level during time of Britishers, during time of freedom movement. At the time of drafting the Constitution of India, in the world horizon, the just Second World War was ended in 1945. And during the time of Second World War, world has witnessed a holocaust upon the Nazis by the Adolf Hitler of Germany. So concentration camps were created basing upon the religion, and millions of people were killed by inhuman manner. So there is a gross violation of the life and liberties during that time. And we got the makers of the constitution has got the impression of this, and they wanted to us to give a best principle. In addition to this, the American Constitution also provides life and liberties. It should be guaranteed in the hands of the state. And in 1948, we have seen the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of Geneva Convention. There also, this article is there, life and personal liberties article, under Article 3 of the Constitution, 3 of the its charter. So, that Article 3 of the UDHR provides that, I read, everyone has the right to life, liberty and security of the person. Every citizen of the world has the right of the life, liberty and the security. It should be guaranteed by the states, the member parties. So, this had a impression upon the makers of the Constitution of India. So they inserted a Article 21 in a such a, it is nothing but replica of the Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights document. As I told you, that it is a very, very shortest article, but the Supreme Court from time to time had been innovating the new things into it, and now we can say that everything comes under this Article 21, which pertains to life and personal liberties. So we can say that Article 21 has been interpreted in a manner. Maneka Gandhi case, before the Maneka Gandhi case and after the Maneka Gandhi case in 1978. So the stand of the Supreme Court before the Maneka Gandhi case is it has taken a restrictive stand. For that we have to refer to the A.K. Gopalan case versus Union of India, 1950, Supreme Court, page number 27. So, in this case, the Apex Court of Land has taken a restrictive meaning of the life and personal liberties. You know, the A.K. Gopalan was a famous communist leader from the state of Tamil Nadu, and he was arrested under the Preventive Detention Act of 1950. So he filed a case in the Supreme Court stating that his arrest is violating his rights which he has possessing under the Article 19, freedom of speech and expression. Article 19, 1 and Article Class D. So at that time, and he stated that this kind of arrest was infringing his right of personal exchange of his ideas, expression of his ideas to the people. But the Supreme Court had stated that the Law Preventive Detention Act of 1950 is a valid, and also stated that so he was arrested as per the law which is prescribed and there is no violation of the personal liberty of the petitioner is concerned. But there was a radical change we can observe of the Supreme Court if you see the case of case of the another case called the Karak Singh case. In Karak Singh case, the case is reported in All India Reporter 1963 SC 1295 page number. So here the Supreme Court has stated that restraint means not only means a restraining a person, bodily restraint, but also a physical movement is restrained, that also be called as a personal liberty. Violation of the personal liberties. So it has provided that the stand of the Supreme Court in A.K. Gopalan was overruled by the Supreme Court in this case. Again, there is a landmark judgment was delivered in 1978. Just I told you that Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case. The petitioner who was the wife of the Sanjay Gandhi, then the son of the former President Indira Gandhi, because of the excesses committed during the time of emergency in 1975 to 77, a commission was constituted by the central government, that is called as Shah Commission, and the inquiry was going on. By taking that to aspect, the Ministry of Home Affairs, central government had impounded the passport of the petitioner, the Maneka Gandhi. Then the petitioner challenged the impounding of the passport by the central government, stating that she had denied to go abroad. So right to go abroad also a fundamental right. How can the government can deny of her right because her husband is involved in the case? Then how can government can take seize her passport? And the Justice Bhagavati, who was a legal luminary of those time, had, and also other judges have delivered a remarkable judgment stating that life and personal liberties not only means a bodily matter but also a psychological matter. It also be part of the psychology, life and liberties. So the Professor Dicey of the Britain, he gave a meaning to the personal liberty. That means that for personal liberty means freedom from physical restraint and the coercion which is not authorized by law. So that had impacted upon this judgment. So not only a bodily restraint, a psychological restraint can also be called as a violation of the personal liberties. So life and personal liberties have been guaranteed by the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. From time to time, Supreme Court has delivered and also innovated and added new aspects into this Article 21, which pertains to life. All the matters which are pertains to life have been added under the Article 21 by its judgments. Those include that, I quote, right to environment. There, it is a duty of the state to provide a unpolluted environment, a pristine environment to citizens. By this environmental jurisprudence has come because of the MC Mehta cases. Later, MC Mehta was awarded of the Raman Magsaysay Award also because of his efforts for protecting the environment and also ecology in our country is concerned. And right to life and personal liberties also means the right to live with human dignity. Every person has the right to live with some sort of dignity. That is also there in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights document. In a case called the case of Francis Corolli versus Union Territory of Delhi. So this and also the Chandra Raja Kumari versus Police Commissioner Hyderabad, the state of Maharashtra versus Chandra Bhan. So in this and also the Maneka Gandhi case, the Supreme Court has categorically stated that right to life means it is to right to live with human dignity. The state has to protect our dignity at all the time. The duty is castigated upon the state to protect. Likewise, a natural justice principles also comes under the part of the life and personal liberties. So while deciding the matter, both the parties should have to be heard. If it is not, then there is a violation of the principles of natural justice. If that is violated, it comes under the principles of violation of the life and personal liberties under the Article 21. So likewise, you take all the issues like telephone tapping also became a part of the Article 21, and in a case called the People's Union for Civil Liberties versus Union of India, and this case also been popularly called as a phone tapping case. There also the Apex Court has provided that state cannot tap the phones of the private individuals. If it does, it is nothing but violation of the right of which is guaranteed under the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Likewise, the right to which is available under this fundamental right of Article 21, which includes right to privacy. So we have family privacy, personal privacy. So that also part of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights document. There also the article is there. So the Supreme Court has interpreted that same also applicable here. Recently, Supreme Court has delivered a judgment in a Aadhaar case, where the Supreme Court has directed the government of India central government not to make Aadhaar as a compulsory for the for many schemes. If the citizens are getting benefits from the government of India, they can take the Aadhaar, but unless until they cannot allowed to take, because it comes under the privacy, or to say data privacy. And before to this also, in a case called R. Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, then this is also be called as a Auto Shankar case. So in this case also, Supreme Court the first time in 1994 itself, way back in 94, had stated that right to privacy is a part and parcel of the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Then the virginity tests, whether it violates the right to privacy, for that also Supreme Court stated as in a case called the Surjit Singh Thind versus Kanwaljit Kaur, reported All India Reporter 2003 P&H 5353. So if the people are going for virginity tests before marriage, that should not be done. It is nothing but, unless until the consent is there from the females, forcibly that cannot be done. If it is done, then it is nothing but violation of the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. And moreover, state is guarantee, protector of this kind of rights, because fundamental rights have to be guaranteed in the hands of the state. State at no point of time should violate those fundamental rights, but as per any law is there, a valid law is there, then it can take away the fundamental rights. So likewise, we can add right to health and medical assistance also comes under this Article 21, life and personal liberty, that has been stated by the Supreme Court in the Paramananda Katara versus Union of India case in All India Reporter 1989. This has been that stated by the court that yes, we have the right to health is there. It should be guaranteed by the state. It comes under the Article 21, life and personal liberties. So we can add as many as matters under this life and personal liberty, like right of members of the protective homes. The interest should be protected by the state. Then the question came to Supreme Court whether we have the right to die, under which is a fundamental right or not under the Article 21 or not. So but in a case called the Bombay High Court has delivered in a case called State of Maharashtra versus Maruti Sripat Dubal 1987, page number 549. The Bombay High Court has stated that yes, right to die is also a part of the Article 21. Anybody can end his own life, but the matter went to appeal, and also the case called P. Ratnam versus Union of India. The court held that no, because you are not a creator of your life. When you are not a creator of your life, how you can end your life? So here, if you try to, you fail in attempt in ending your life, you are liable under Article 309 of the Indian, under Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code. So, right to die is not a fundamental right that was stated by Supreme Court in this case. Again, we have the number of cases are there upon all the subjects which concerns with the life, like then right to education. So whether the education comes under the life and personal liberty or not, for that also the Supreme Court has categorically given a landmark judgment in a number of cases like Mohini Jain versus State of Karnataka and Unni Krishnan versus State of Andhra Pradesh. See, in all those cases, the Supreme Court has stated that yes, right to education also a part of the comes under the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. And also Article 21 also covers prisoners' rights. Then also getting a free legal aid, assistance from the state also comes under this part of the Articles 21. So even Supreme Court a number of cases has stated that speedy justice, speedy trial also a part of the life and personal liberty. And so they have the criminals also certain rights, right to not to handcuffing. It also comes under the Article 21. So likewise, because of this, the Article 21, we can say it is a horizon which covers every aspect which we are possessing. In life, we cannot define the life, what is meant by life. And we cannot define what is meant by personal liberties. Maybe some definitions are there. But it all depends from the time to time and various circumstances. So day by day, the Article 21 has been expanded by the Supreme Court into in a such a bulky manner. Everything now became a part of the Article 21. And as on today also I am speaking, maybe a new things may be added by the Supreme Court. Because life has such a high regards. Though I told you that it is very, very small article, but this Article 21 interlinking all the articles which are there in the Constitution of India. And lastly, I would like to say that Article 21 is not only available to citizens of India, but also it is available to aliens. So a foreigners can also file a cases against the state that their life and personal liberties have been threatened if the state threatens. So this is a very widest article among all the articles of the Constitution of India, and every day Supreme Court has given a new innovating or new things, adding a new things to this Article 21. So I am quoted only a few limited landmark judgments. There are innumerable judgments are there. Thousands and lakhs of judgments are there. Where the Supreme Court has and the High Courts have been innovated this article, expounded this article in such a manner we cannot get the words. So with this I am concluding my lecture on the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Thank you for hearing me.